What's good, boys? Welcome back to the channel. I have a reaction video for you guys. Life of a short man versus tall man, black pill stories, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I hope you get your dating game to the top level. You get the options you've never had before, okay? Top level results. So stick around all the way to the end. You know, there's guys that think looks matter, money matter, height, all this kind of stuff, status. And it does. Everything does matter. You want to maximize what you can and, you know, play the cards you were dealt. There's plenty of short guys that get laid. There's plenty of tall guys that don't get laid. So, but it all depends on the scenario and the situation and what other things are you compensating with and what woman you're dealing with. All right. But statistics do show tall people, just in life in general, have better opportunity. Okay. People respect people that are taller. All right, so you don't want to just blame everything on women. All right, people respect people with more money, not just women. All right, so I'm gonna jump right in. Start the screen record. 3, 2, 1. All right, let's hear it.
Height is one of the most discussed topics in the black pill community. Some believe it's a nice extra, others think it's vital. Well, it definitely plays a role. The question is, how big? Let's find out. I was trying to find a good example of people who have similar faces but different heights, and I found just the perfect one. These guys are brothers.
All right, already, like, why are you so anonymous? Hella weird, but let's hear it.
One of them is around 6'3" and the other is 5'10". They look like twins, even though the taller one is 2 years older. Their faces are so similar that I have to take a second look to tell them apart in photos. So anyway, the 6'3" guy.
Also, guys, check out my video on TikTok. I teach you guys how to get taller almost overnight. All right, I use the strategies myself. All right, and there's other guys commenting and saying it's working for them. So check that out on my TikTok. But yeah, 5'10" to 6'3" is, what is it, 4 inches? No, 2, 3, so 5 inches. Almost half a foot. I have a brother that's about 6'4", but you know, if you're standing with a good posture, if you're 5'10", you can easily come off as, you know, you can add 2 inches to your height just by a better posture. All right. And yeah, I got a brother that's 6'4". Yeah, I mean, he's not that much taller than me. So about a few inches. So yeah, I mean, depending on the woman you're dealing with or the person you're talking to, like maybe they're able to tell the difference, maybe not. But you know, 5 inches to me is not a lot. If a person is like 5'6", and you know, you compare them to a guy that's like 6'4", that's a big difference.
I was my classmate in high school. Very average face, no major flaws, but
5'6".
nothing special either. So, how was he treated? For starters, he had a nickname. A very unimaginative one. Everybody called him the tall one. And I'm sure that you've noticed that this has a positive connotation. When you call someone tall, it usually has a nice ring to it. I've never seen anyone calling someone tall in order to insult them. On the other hand, I've heard the word short being used as a derogatory term many times. So, the guy had already elevated status simply due to his genetic code. His brother, on the other hand, who wasn't short by any means, he was just average, didn't have that head start. He was an average-looking guy with an average height. And that's a bit unfair, but it's not as bad as some crybabies make it out to be. Some people in the black pill try to make it seem that if you're not over 6 feet tall, it's over, etc., etc. Definitely not the case, and you'll see it in the following stories. It's like the pole position in Formula 1. If everything else is equal in terms of looks, and the only difference is height, then the guy who's taller starts ahead of you. That's definitely an advantage, but it's not the end-all be-all.
Yeah, so I agree when he said that. If everything else is the same, and the guy is taller than the other guy, I will bet money, you know, the taller guy is going to get more results. Because like I said, you know, people just respect people that are taller. What I was going to say, yeah, like you said, it's not the end all be all. So that's important for you guys to understand. There's something else I missed.
Especially when we compare tall guys with average guys. The real problems start way down. But where exactly? Is 5'9" good enough? What about 5'8" or 5'7"? Well, let's have a look. I was trying to find short and tall guys with different facial attractiveness, meaning short and ugly, short and handsome, tall and ugly, etc. But I noticed something weird. I couldn't easily find short and ugly guys. And I'm not saying that this is the general rule, but most of the short guys I know have good looking faces, and some of the ugliest guys I know are tall.
Wait, bro, chill. Like, what's going on here? So, he said he never saw a short, ugly guy, or a she. I don't know. Hopefully it's a she. You cannot be judging another. You can't be judging the same sex on attractiveness. Right? That just doesn't make sense. So, what does ugly mean? Like, what does ugly mean? Everyone has their own judgment, their own preference. Someone that can seem ugly to this person can seem very attractive to the next. You know, everyone has their own taste. So there's no standard metric of ugliness. All right, but there's a standard realistic measurement of height. All right, so the fact he brought up, you know, attractiveness with height, you just can't compare those two. You can't.
I'm not aware of the correlation between the two. Maybe the taller you are, the higher the chances of having a horse face are. So anyway, the following examples are mostly short guys with at least average looking faces. The first guy was another classmate of mine. Growing up he was quite short, but he was very athletic, and sports are a huge factor in your development during childhood. He didn't have the innate status of being tall, but everyone admired him because he was mopping the floor with us in soccer. He was lightning fast and had a great technique, and that translated to confidence. Fast forward a few years later into adulthood, where he reached his...
All right, I gotta pick up my sister's phone, so we gotta skip through this. Oh.
Height is one of the most discussed...
Skip past this.
...than that, and some will find him a bit more attractive than that. Two of my female friends have described him as very good looking, while others thought that he's nothing special.
All right, so this is definitely a guy making this video. All right, and the fact you're already like judging other guys on their attractiveness just doesn't make sense because he mentioned female friends.
And yet again, this guy proves the exposure thing. He always had a girlfriend while he was studying in a bigger city with tons of girls. Now that he's in my hometown, he's single for years. The numbers game is legit if you play it the right way. And this applies to the vast majority of you watching. Let's see some more examples of short guys with above average faces. Do you remember one of the few real female friends I've had from previous videos? The one that introduced me to other girls. All
right, I don't like how this video is shot. I don't like how it's made. You're bringing up examples of his personal life. We don't know how true these stories are, and I mean, it's all from his perspective. I thought he was gonna pull up like stats, you know, some sort of stats, you know, we can go over and look at objectively, but it's just all personal stories, and you know, he's giving his opinion on the matter. So not a good video to even watch. Whenever you come up with something, you want to make a statement on something, or you did some kind of research, you got to have some sort of evidence or backing. You can't just be saying personal stories. But yeah, that'll wrap up today's video. 9 minutes we going on. Gotta run an errand. But yeah, stay tuned. I will be going over some more videos. Check out my video on how to meet up with women in a new city. All right, same day. See you guys in the next video. Peace.